Welcome, seekers of the strange and the supernatural, to Whispers Beyond the Veil, your go-to channel for spine-chilling tales and haunted histories. Here, we explore the eerie corners of our world, places where shadows stretch longer than they should, whispers echo in empty spaces, and roads twist into realms unexplained. Today, we embark on a journey unlike any other, a chilling expedition through some of the most haunted roads in America. These are not just stretches of asphalt connecting towns and cities. They are corridors of mystery, where the living and the dead seem to collide in ways that defy logic. From desolate highways cutting through barren landscapes to winding backroads shadowed by ancient forests, these roads have earned their reputations as conduits of the supernatural. They are places where tires screech for no reason, headlights flicker without explanation, and travelers recount stories of ghostly hitchhikers, phantom vehicles, and inexplicable phenomena. Some say these roads are cursed, others claim they are portals to another dimension. But one thing is certain: those who dare to drive them rarely return unchanged. In this deep dive, we'll uncover the chilling legends behind America's most infamous haunted roads. We'll traverse the blood-soaked paths of Route 66, delve into the spectral mysteries of Bray Road, and brave the cursed curves of Clinton Road. Each road holds its own dark secrets, whispered through the ages by those brave enough, or unfortunate enough, to encounter them firsthand. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, prepare to feel the hairs rise on the back of your neck as we peel back the veil of the ordinary to reveal the extraordinary. So buckle up, keep your wits about you, and join us as we venture into the unknown. Let the engine roar and the wheels hum with anticipation, for tonight, we ride the haunted highways of America. The road ahead is long, but the stories it holds are timeless and unforgettable. Hold tight, because the journey begins now. The Ghosts of Route 66. A haunted journey across America stretching over 2,400 miles from Chicago to Santa Monica. Route 66 has long been celebrated as the Main Street of America, a symbol of freedom, adventure, and the open road. But beneath its nostalgic charm lies a darker narrative, one steeped in tragedy, mystery, and the supernatural. Known affectionately as the Mother Road, Route 66 has become a magnet for ghostly encounters and unexplained phenomena, earning its reputation as one of the most haunted roads in the United States. From abandoned gas stations to desolate stretches of desert, the spirits of those who perished along its path continue to linger, their stories etched into the very fabric of the highway. One of the most enduring legends tied to Route 66 involves the tragic tale of the Lady in White. Reported sightings of this spectral figure span multiple states along the route, with variations of her story emerging depending on the location. In Illinois, she is said to be the spirit of a young woman who died in a car accident while eloping with her lover. Witnesses describe seeing her standing near the roadside, her translucent form illuminated by headlights, attempting to flag down passing vehicles. Those who stop to offer assistance often report feeling an overwhelming sense of sadness before she vanishes into thin air. Similar accounts have surfaced in New Mexico and Arizona, where the Lady in White is believed to haunt remote sections of the road, forever searching for help or closure. Another haunting hotspot along Route 66 is the town of Oatman, Arizona, a once thriving mining community turned ghost town. While tourists flock to Oatman today for its Wild West charm and roaming burros, locals whisper of the restless spirits that inhabit its abandoned buildings and dusty streets. One particularly chilling legend revolves around a young girl named Olive Oatman, whose harrowing ordeal became part of the town's namesake. Captured by Native American tribes in the mid-1800s, Olive endured years of captivity before being ransomed back to her family. Her ghost is said to wander the ruins of Oatman, her mournful cries carried on the wind as she relives the trauma of her past. Travelers passing through at night have reported hearing faint sobbing or seeing a solitary figure dressed in tattered clothing standing beside the road, only to disappear moments later. Further west, the deserts of California add another layer of eeriness to Route 66's haunted legacy. Near the Mojave Desert, motorists have recounted terrifying encounters with a mysterious black sedan that appears out of nowhere, tailgating their vehicles at high speeds before abruptly vanishing. Some believe the phantom car belongs to a group of outlaw bikers who perished in a fiery crash decades ago, their restless spirits doomed to roam the highway forever. Others speculate it may be linked to the legend of the hitchhiking cowboy, a friendly yet enigmatic figure who hails rides from unsuspecting drivers. According to eyewitness accounts, the cowboy climbs into the passenger seat, engages in casual conversation, and then disappears without warning, leaving behind only the faint scent of leather and tobacco. Even seemingly innocuous landmarks along Route 66 carry whispers of the paranormal. Take, for example, the Blue Swallow Motel in Tucumcari, New Mexico, a beloved relic of Americana that has welcomed weary travelers since 1939. Beneath its neon glow, however, lies a history of hauntings. Guests have reported hearing disembodied footsteps echoing through the halls late at night, while others claim to have seen shadowy figures peering through windows or standing motionless in doorways. Staff members speak of objects moving on their own and lights flickering despite no electrical issues being detected. Many attribute these occurrences to the motel's former owner, Lillian Redman, whose dedication to hospitality extended beyond her lifetime. Her spirit, they say, continues to watch over the property, ensuring guests feel welcome, even if it means making her presence known. What makes Route 66 uniquely terrifying is its sheer length and diversity. Spanning 8 states and countless small towns, the highway acts as a conduit for centuries of human experience, from joyous journeys to heart-wrenching tragedies. Each mile marker holds the potential for a ghostly encounter, each bend in the road concealing untold secrets. For those brave enough to traverse its entirety, Route 66 offers more than just scenic views and quirky roadside attractions. It serves as a reminder that the past never truly fades. It lingers, waiting patiently for someone to listen. As we continue our exploration of America's most haunted roads, remember that Route 66 is not merely a ribbon of asphalt connecting coast to coast. It is a living, breathing testament to the resilience of memory and the persistence of the unseen. So whether you're embarking on a cross-country road trip or simply curious about the darker side of American history, heed this advice. When traveling Route 66, keep your eyes peeled, not just for breathtaking vistas, but for the shadows that move when they shouldn't. The Beast of Bray Road, Wisconsin's werewolf legend. Nestled in the rural heartland of southeastern Wisconsin lies Bray Road, a seemingly innocuous stretch of asphalt that has become synonymous with one of America's most enduring cryptid legends, the Beast of Bray Road. Known colloquially as Wisconsin's werewolf, this enigmatic creature has terrified locals and intrigued paranormal enthusiasts for decades. What began as a string of bizarre encounters in the early 1990s has since evolved into a chilling tapestry of folklore, blending elements of horror, mystery, and the supernatural. To drive Bray Road after sunset is to enter a realm where reality blurs and primal fears awaken, where the line between man and monster becomes perilously thin. The first documented sighting of the beast occurred in 1989, when a young woman named Dory Stein Gibson reported a harrowing encounter while driving home late at night. According to her account, something massive and bipedal darted across the road, forcing her to swerve. When she stopped to investigate, she was met with glowing eyes reflecting in her headlights. The creature stood upright like a human but possessed the muscular build and fur-covered body of a wolf. Terrified, Gibson sped away, her mind racing with questions she couldn't answer. Over the next several years, similar reports poured in from residents of Elkhorn and surrounding areas, each describing a creature that defied natural explanation. Eyewitness accounts paint a consistent picture of the beast, standing between 5 and 7 feet tall, covered in thick, matted fur, with elongated limbs and sharp claws. Its face is described as a grotesque hybrid of human and canine features, with piercing yellow eyes that seem to pierce the soul. Some witnesses claim to have heard guttural growls or unearthly howls emanating from the woods lining Bray Road, while others describe seeing the creature leap effortlessly over fences or sprint at incredible speeds. The most unsettling aspect of these encounters? Many occur within mere feet of unsuspecting drivers, leaving them shaken and questioning their sanity. Local lore attributes the beast's origins to a curse placed upon the land generations ago. One popular theory suggests that the creature is the result of a botched ritual performed by early settlers attempting to harness dark powers. Another claims it is the vengeful spirit of a farmer who made a pact with malevolent forces, only to be transformed into a monstrous predator as punishment. Still others believe the beast is a remnant of Native American mythology, a guardian of the forest meant to deter intruders from sacred grounds. Whatever its true nature, the consensus among locals is clear. Bray Road is no ordinary road, it is a hunting ground for something ancient and unnatural. For paranormal investigators, Bray Road presents a tantalizing opportunity to delve into the unknown. Armed with infrared cameras, audio recorders, and thermal imaging devices, teams have conducted numerous expeditions in search of evidence supporting the beast's existence. Their findings, though inconclusive, are undeniably intriguing. Footage captured during nighttime stakeouts reveals large, indistinct shapes moving through the underbrush, accompanied by low-frequency growls that cannot be attributed to any known animal. EVP recordings taken near reported sighting locations contain faint whispers and snarls, while electromagnetic field detectors frequently register spikes in activity. Skeptics argue that such anomalies could stem from environmental factors or equipment malfunctions, but even they admit there's something undeniably eerie about Bray Road after dark. Perhaps the most compelling piece of evidence comes from a series of photographs taken by local resident Mary Evans in 1992. Driving home from work one evening, Evans spotted what appeared to be a large, hunched figure standing near the edge of the road. Hoping to capture the moment, she snapped several pictures before the creature vanished into the trees. Upon developing the film, Evans discovered a grainy yet unmistakable image of a towering, furred entity crouched in the shadows. The photograph quickly gained national attention, sparking debates about its authenticity and fueling further interest in the Bray Road legend. Despite extensive investigations, the true identity of the beast remains shrouded in mystery. Some dismiss it as an exaggerated tale born of rural superstition, while others insist it is proof of undiscovered species lurking in the wilderness. Regardless of perspective, one fact is undeniable: Bray Road exudes an atmosphere of unease that defies rational explanation. Visitors describe feeling an oppressive weight pressing down on them as they navigate its winding curves, as though unseen eyes are watching their every move. Others report experiencing mechanical failures, cars stalling, headlights flickering, that seem to occur with uncanny timing, forcing them to confront the possibility that they are not alone. What sets Bray Road apart from other haunted locations is its ability to evoke primal fear. Unlike ghosts confined to specific buildings or apparitions bound to historical events, the beast represents raw, untamed terror, a predator capable of striking without warning. To drive Bray Road is to acknowledge the fragility of human dominance, to confront the idea that monsters may still roam the earth. Whether viewed as a mythical creature, a cryptid, or a manifestation of collective anxiety, the beast of Bray Road continues to captivate imaginations and inspire dread. For those brave enough to visit, Bray Road offers a unique blend of beauty and menace. Rolling hills, dense forests, and serene farmland create a picturesque backdrop, yet beneath this idyllic surface lies a sinister energy waiting to be unleashed. As you navigate its shadowy expanse, keep your windows rolled up and your headlights bright, for the beast may be closer than you think. And if you hear the sound of heavy footfalls pounding the pavement behind your car, don't look back. Some legends are best left untested. Clinton Road, New Jersey's cursed corridor. Deep within the wooded hills of northern New Jersey lies Clinton Road, a narrow, two-lane stretch infamous for its eerie atmosphere and spine-chilling legends. Often referred to as the most haunted road in America, this desolate pathway winds through dense forests and rugged terrain, creating an environment ripe for supernatural encounters. The road itself is deceptively ordinary, lined with crumbling stone walls, rusted guardrails, and occasional glimpses of murky reservoirs, but its reputation tells a far darker story. For decades, locals and travelers alike have whispered of curses, ghostly apparitions, and inexplicable phenomena that make Clinton Road a place of both fascination and fear. At the heart of Clinton Road's haunted legacy is the tragic tale of the Boy Scout Bridge, a weathered structure spanning a shallow creek. According to legend, a young boy drowned beneath the bridge in the early 20th century, his life cut tragically short by the swift currents below. Since then, his spirit is said to haunt the area, appearing to passers-by as a pale, translucent figure staring longingly into the water. Motorists who stop near the bridge report strange occurrences. Coins tossed into the creek mysteriously reappear on the railing, only to vanish again moments later. Some claim to see the boy's reflection in their rearview mirrors, his face contorted in anguish, while others describe hearing faint splashing sounds even when the water is calm. But the Boy Scout Bridge is just the beginning of Clinton Road's spectral menagerie. Further along the route lies Dead Man's Curve, a treacherous bend notorious for fatal accidents. Locals believe the curve is cursed, claiming that the souls of those who perished there remain trapped, doomed to replay their final moments for eternity. Drivers navigating this section of the road often report sudden temperature drops, accompanied by the sensation of icy fingers brushing against their skin. Headlights flicker erratically, engines stall without explanation, and some swear they've seen ghostly vehicles materialize out of thin air, only to vanish before impact. One particularly chilling account describes a motorist encountering a headless driver seated behind the wheel of a vintage car, its headlights blazing as it careened toward them before disappearing into the night. Adding to the road's macabre allure is the legend of the KKK's involvement in the area during the early 20th century. Historical records suggest that members of the Ku Klux Klan used Clinton Road as a meeting point, conducting rituals and disposing of victims in the surrounding woods. Today, remnants of these activities are said to linger, manifesting as disembodied voices chanting in the distance or shadowy figures clad in hooded robes wandering the tree line. Campers and hikers venturing too close to the forest's edge have reported hearing the crackling of unseen fires and the faint smell of burning wood, as if the ghosts of past atrocities refused to be extinguished. Paranormal investigators have long been drawn to Clinton Road, eager to document its reported hauntings. Equipped with EMF meters, thermal cameras, and audio recording devices, researchers have captured compelling evidence of unexplained activity. EVP recordings reveal whispers and moans emanating from empty spaces, while thermal imaging footage captures fleeting heat signatures resembling humanoid forms. Perhaps the most unsettling discovery came during a 2015 investigation, when a team captured video of a glowing orb hovering above the creek near the Boy Scout Bridge. The orb pulsed rhythmically, almost as if alive, before dissolving into nothingness, a phenomenon neither the investigators nor skeptics could explain. For those brave enough to traverse Clinton Road at night, the experience is nothing short of surreal. The absence of streetlights amplifies the darkness, turning the forest into an impenetrable wall of shadows. Every sound, the rustle of leaves, the snap of twigs, takes on heightened significance, as if the woods themselves are alive and watching. Visitors recount feeling an overwhelming sense of being followed, as though unseen eyes track their movements from the depths of the foliage. Others describe seeing red lights blinking intermittently in the distance, only to discover they were never visible upon closer inspection. What makes Clinton Road uniquely terrifying is its isolation. Far removed from the hustle and bustle of suburban life, the road feels like a portal to another time, or another realm. Cell phone reception is spotty at best, leaving stranded motorists vulnerable and cut off from help. This remoteness, combined with the road's sinister reputation, creates a perfect storm of psychological unease. Even seasoned skeptics admit to feeling a creeping dread as they navigate its curves, unable to shake the feeling that they are trespassing in a place where the rules of reality no longer apply. Yet, amid the terror lies a peculiar allure. Clinton Road challenges visitors to confront their deepest fears, to test the limits of courage and curiosity. It is a place where urban legends collide with personal experience, where the boundary between myth and reality grows perilously thin. Whether viewed as a cursed corridor, a haunted haven, or simply a product of overactive imaginations, Clinton Road demands respect. Its legends serve as a reminder that some places are better left undisturbed, and that the dead do not always rest quietly. For those who dare to explore, Clinton Road offers a glimpse into the darker side of human history and the mysteries that lie beyond comprehension. As you drive its winding path, keep your wits about you and your headlights steady. The shadows may shift, the air may grow cold, and the whispers may grow louder, but one thing is certain: on Clinton Road, you are never truly alone. The Devil's Tree, a sinister sentinel along New Jersey's backroads tucked away in the quiet countryside of Bernards Township, New Jersey, stands a gnarled oak tree that has earned a grim moniker, the Devil's Tree. At first glance, it appears unremarkable, a twisted, weather-beaten sentinel surrounded by fields and woodland. Yet beneath its gnarled branches and knotted bark lies a chilling history steeped in violence, despair, and the supernatural. This solitary tree has become a focal point of local legend, drawing thrill-seekers, skeptics, and believers alike to witness its ominous aura and experience its purported curse firsthand. The origins of the Devil's Tree legend are shrouded in ambiguity, with tales passed down through generations painting a picture of tragedy and malevolence. One of the most widely circulated stories ties the tree to a series of brutal murders committed in the early 20th century. According to folklore, a deranged farmer used the tree as a site for his heinous crimes, hanging his victims from its branches before fleeing into obscurity. Others claimed the tree served as a makeshift gallows during colonial times, where accused criminals were executed without trial. While historical records fail to substantiate these accounts, the imagery they evoke has cemented the tree's association with death and suffering. What sets the Devil's Tree apart from other haunted landmarks is the pervasive sense of foreboding it exudes. Visitors describe feeling an immediate shift in energy upon approaching the site, an oppressive heaviness in the air that seems to weigh down both body and mind. Many report hearing faint whispers or low growls emanating from the surrounding woods, as though unseen entities lurk just beyond sight. Others claim to see shadowy figures darting between the trees, their forms dissolving into mist when pursued. Even the tree itself appears unnaturally twisted, its branches contorted into claw-like shapes that seem to reach out menacingly toward anyone who dares come too close. Legends surrounding the Devil's Tree also include warnings of a powerful curse afflicting those who disrespect the site. Local teens, drawn by morbid curiosity, have long treated the tree as a dare, a challenge to leave behind graffiti, carve initials, or perform rituals under its boughs. However, countless stories recount the misfortune that follows such acts. Cars break down inexplicably, injuries occur without cause, and relationships crumble overnight. Some claim to experience vivid nightmares involving shadowy figures dragging them toward the tree, while others describe waking up to find scratches on their skin or belongings rearranged in their homes. The message is clear: the Devil's Tree does not take kindly to mockery or intrusion. Paranormal investigators have flocked to the Devil's Tree, eager to document its reputed hauntings and unravel the mysteries surrounding it. Armed with audio recorders, thermal cameras, and electromagnetic field detectors, teams have captured intriguing evidence suggesting the presence of supernatural activity. EVP recordings revealed disembodied voices muttering phrases like, "Get out," or "You shouldn't be here," while thermal imaging footage shows irregular heat signatures clustering around the base of the tree. One particularly unsettling discovery came during a nighttime investigation, when a researcher captured video of a dark figure standing motionless beneath the tree's canopy. When approached, the figure vanished, leaving behind only the faint smell of sulfur, a scent commonly associated with demonic entities. For locals, the Devil's Tree is more than just a spooky landmark. It is a cautionary tale woven into the fabric of the community. Parents warn their children to stay away, citing stories of pets going missing near the site or livestock dying under mysterious circumstances. Farmers who work nearby fields speak of tools breaking without explanation or crops wilting prematurely, blaming the tree's alleged curse for their misfortunes. Even law enforcement officers admit to avoiding the area after dark, citing an inexplicable unease that permeates the surroundings. What makes the Devil's Tree uniquely terrifying is its ability to blur the lines between myth and reality. Unlike haunted houses or abandoned asylums, which confine their horrors to specific structures, the tree exists in open space, exposed to the elements and accessible to anyone bold enough to seek it out. Its isolation amplifies its power, creating an environment where imagination runs rampant and paranoia takes hold. The lack of definitive answers, whether about the tree's cursed origins or the validity of its supernatural claims, only adds to its mystique, leaving room for interpretation and speculation. Despite, or perhaps because of, its sinister reputation, the Devil's Tree continues to attract visitors from all walks of life. Some come seeking thrills, daring each other to touch the trunk or spend the night in its shadow. Others arrive out of curiosity, hoping to catch a glimpse of the paranormal phenomena described in countless urban legends. Still others approach the tree with reverence, leaving offerings like candles, flowers, or coins in hopes of appeasing whatever force resides within. Regardless of intent, one truth remains constant: the Devil's Tree commands attention, demanding acknowledgement of the darkness it embodies. For those brave enough to visit, the Devil's Tree offers a sobering reminder of humanity's capacity for cruelty, and the lingering scars it leaves behind. As you stand beneath its gnarled branches, listening to the wind whistle through its leaves, remember the stories whispered by those who came before. Respect the tree, tread lightly, and heed the warnings of those who know its secrets best. For the Devil's Tree is not merely a haunted landmark, it is a living testament to the thin veil separating the mundane from the malevolent. And if you feel a chill run down your spine, trust your instincts. You are not alone. The phantom hitchhiker of Lover's Lane, a ghostly encounter on rural roads scattered across America's vast network of rural highways and backroads, are countless stretches of pavement known colloquially as Lover's Lanes, quiet, secluded spots where couples retreat for privacy and intimacy. These roads, often flanked by dense forests or overlooking serene lakes, evoke a sense of romance and escape. Yet beneath their tranquil veneer lies a darker narrative, one populated by ghostly figures and unexplained phenomena. Among the most chilling tales associated with these locales is that of the phantom hitchhiker, a spectral traveler whose appearances have become the stuff of legend. From the mist-shrouded hills of Appalachia to the sun-scorched deserts of the Southwest, the story of the phantom hitchhiker transcends geography, weaving a universal thread of mystery and dread. The archetype of the phantom hitchhiker varies slightly depending on the region, but its core elements remain consistent. A lone figure, often female, stands alongside a desolate road, signaling for a ride. Dressed in outdated clothing and exuding an aura of melancholy, the hitchhiker appears harmless at first glance. Compassionate drivers who stop to offer assistance soon realize they've picked up more than just a passenger. Conversations unfold normally until the hitchhiker suddenly vanishes without explanation, leaving behind only a faint trace of their presence: a forgotten scarf, a single shoe, or the lingering scent of perfume. In some versions of the tale, the hitchhiker delivers a cryptic warning before disappearing, urging the driver to change course or avoid danger ahead. One of the most famous accounts of the phantom hitchhiker originates from North Carolina's infamous Biltmore estate, where a young woman named Lydia is said to haunt the winding roads surrounding the property. According to legend, Lydia met a tragic end during the early 1900s when her carriage overturned on a rain-slicked road, throwing her into the path of an oncoming vehicle. Her spirit is believed to roam the same stretch of pavement, seeking solace, or perhaps revenge. Drivers who encounter her describe a pale, ethereal figure wearing a flowing white gown, her hair adorned with flowers. She climbs into the passenger seat, thanking them politely before fading into nothingness. Some claim to hear her voice whispering softly, repeating fragments of poetry or love letters she wrote in life. In Texas, the phantom hitchhiker takes on a more sinister tone along Farm to Market Road 677, a remote route cutting through arid plains and jagged cliffs. Here, the ghost of a young man named Jacob is said to haunt the road, his fate tied to a deadly car crash that claimed his life decades ago. Witnesses describe seeing him standing near the wreckage site, his face obscured by shadows, waving frantically for help. Those who stop to assist report feeling an overwhelming sense of dread as he approaches their vehicle. Once inside, Jacob remains silent, staring blankly ahead until the car passes the exact spot where his accident occurred. At that moment, he vanishes, leaving behind icy condensation on the window and the faint smell of burned rubber. While many dismiss these stories as urban legends, others swear they've experienced the phenomenon firsthand. In Minnesota, a couple traveling along a secluded county road recounted a harrowing encounter with a hitchhiking girl who identified herself as Emily. Clutching a tattered teddy bear, she spoke of needing to reach her grandmother's house before sunrise. When the couple dropped her off at the address she provided, they discovered the home had been abandoned for years. Upon returning to their car, they found Emily's teddy bear sitting on the back seat, a grim souvenir of their brush with the supernatural. Paranormal investigators have attempted to unravel the mystery of the phantom hitchhiker, conducting experiments, and gathering eyewitness testimonies. Using tools like dashcams, audio recorders, and thermal imaging devices, they've captured intriguing evidence supporting the existence of these spectral travelers. Footage from rural roads often reveals ghostly figures walking alongside vehicles, their forms flickering in and out of view, while thermal cameras detect cold spots coinciding with disappearances. Despite these findings, skeptics argue that such phenomena could be attributed to optical illusions or psychological suggestion, yet even they admit there's something undeniably eerie about Lover's Lane after dark. What makes the phantom hitchhiker so enduringly terrifying is its universality. Unlike other haunted legends tied to specific locations or historical events, the hitchhiker transcends boundaries, appearing wherever loneliness and isolation converge. It taps into primal fears, the vulnerability of being stranded, the uncertainty of trusting strangers, and the inevitability of death. To drive a lover's lane is to acknowledge the fragility of human connection, to confront the idea that some journeys are never completed. For those brave enough to explore these haunted roads, the phantom hitchhiker offers a chilling reminder of the thin line between the living and the dead. Whether viewed as a lost soul searching for closure or a harbinger of doom, its presence looms large over America's rural landscape. As you navigate the twists and turns of a desolate highway, keep your headlights bright and your windows rolled up, for the next hand you see waving in the distance may belong to someone, or something, you can't explain. As we bring this journey through America's most haunted roads to a close, let us take a moment to reflect on the stories that have unfolded before us. From the spectral stretches of Route 66 to the cursed curves of Clinton Road, from the werewolf-infested Bray Road to the ominous sentinel of the Devil's Tree, we have traversed a landscape rich with mystery, tragedy, and the supernatural. These roads are more than mere pathways carved into the earth. They are conduits of memory, where the echoes of lives interrupted and destinies unfulfilled linger in the shadows. Each road we explored carries its own unique brand of terror, yet they share a common thread, the indelible mark of human experience. Whether it's the sorrow of a young boy drowning beneath a bridge, the rage of a farmer cursing his land, or the desperation of a hitchhiker seeking salvation, these tales remind us that the past never truly fades. It waits, patiently, for someone willing to listen. And when we choose to venture into these haunted corridors, we do so not just as observers but as participants in a larger narrative, one that connects us to the countless souls who walk these paths before us. This exploration of America's haunted roads is far from over. In Part 2 of our series, we will delve even deeper into the unknown, uncovering new legends and revisiting familiar ones with fresh perspectives. We'll travel to places where the veil between worlds grows thinner, where the whispers of the dead grow louder, and where the line between myth and reality blurs entirely. Whether you're a skeptic seeking intrigue or a believer chasing goosebumps, the next installment promises to deliver an unforgettable descent into the supernatural. Until then, stay curious, stay brave, and remember, the road less traveled often leads to the most extraordinary discoveries. Keep your headlights bright, your wits sharp, and your heart open, for the shadows hold secrets worth uncovering. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the haunted heart of America's highways. The road ahead is long, but the stories it holds are timeless and unforgettable. Hold tight, because the journey is far from over. We'll see you soon.